When's the last time you've masturbated?
Don't fuck animals is all I'm saying. I do have, as I said, I do have urges, and
I think I could be attracted to a cat. I was gonna rape that kid out of principle.
Okay.
Now recording.
Hello and welcome to Now Recording episode Who the Fuck Knows? I'm Toxic. I have Matt and Beavers and Core. And today our guest is I Bully Bullies.
How's it going, Bullies? What's up, dude? So let me ask you this real quick, Bullies. What was your? Because I wanted to get you on maybe a couple weeks ago, trying to talk to you back and forth and stuff, and you were pretty hesitant about coming on. You didn't want to come on. What was the hesitation there?
There was a lot of things that made me hesitate, mainly because some of my friends advised me not to go on, but I've given it a lot of thought, and I decided that I wanted to go on, despite what they say, essentially.
So we got some haters out there.
Yeah. Do you want to go into that at all about your friends or?
No. I mean, they are good people. So I don't want to bring them in more than.
Okay,
we're good people.
Okay, well, I was just wondering, like, do they know that you're coming on now?
They do know, and they are okay with it, but they don't, they don't really want me to go on here.
Okay, fair enough. So, let's see. Let's start from the beginning. Bullies, how'd you find the commentary community?
Oh, I found the commentary community. Wow, that's a long time ago now. I actually found the commentary community through Just a Robot, if you know who that is.
Just a Robot. Yeah, I've heard of him before.
Yeah, before that I just made, videos about, random videos about all kind of shit. And but when I discovered his content, I started to make more commentary-based content, and then we beefed with a guy called T Moss Boss, and I did that for a while, and then I branched out and did more commentary in, generally speaking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Around what era, like 2019 or something, did you find like Augie, Tipster, all those guys?
I think it was. I mean, the first thing I remember that I found with those guys was the Susie Lou things. That's when I, discovered Augie, Jon Swan, and all those people. I actually remember I was subscribed to Jon Swan when he was at 10K, and then just a few months after that, he grew to be like 100K or something.
Okay. So so like you subscribed to Jon Swan early on, and you were like around that era.
I was actually a huge supporter of his for a long time before before it became public knowledge how shitty of a person he is,
Yeah. Were you like big into After Hours as well?
I mean, I've always watched After Hours, but I've never really been, a super big fan of it. I enjoy it, but I'm not, a hardcore fan in that sense, if you know what I mean.
Okay. What gravitated you towards Tipster?
I remember it. It has to do with the Susie Lou things, because that's the first thing I made a video. I saw that Susie Lou, accused Tipster of being a bad person, a bully or whatever at the time, and I just made a video, covering the shit that was going down with her and Jon Swan and all of that, and with Tipster. And I said that Tipster really didn't come off as, a bad guy at the time. That's what I told. That's what I told him in the video, and I remember. I think it was shortly after that I came in contact with Tipster in. I think it was actually Jon Swan's Discord server where I first came in contact with him, if I don't remember it wrong.
Okay, so were you and Tipster mostly friendly in the beginning? No issues, no confrontations, anything like that?
No. We never had any confrontations in the beginning. We got along very well, actually, and I remember the first time we actually talked was when I interviewed him for because he had some beef with Smash AT at the time. You're familiar with Smash AT?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah, and I essentially I interviewed both of them actually. I interviewed Smash as well. Though those interviews are now, I do have them backed up somewhere, but they aren't online anymore because I deleted my old channel when I had a breakdown.
Yeah, we'll get to that. I'm going to ask you that stuff for sure. With so you're how long? But so I think you were part of Tipster's crew and everybody. You were watching people. When did you get the homies role?
I don't even remember. I think I got it without even really knowing about having it for a while.
Okay. Yeah, you just got the role. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you like talk to Tipster a lot in voice chats and stuff?
Yeah, I mean we hung out a lot on a lot of streams, and we played Among Us, and we did a lot of shit. We hanged, and we had fun. I think we had fun at least.
Okay. So when Tipster, so what led to your issues with Tipster in the beginning before you lose that homies role? What was the issue?
Before I lost that homies role, there was I remember there was one incident where it's pretty public information now that I haven't had sex at my age, and that's because I'm
Um,
I'm demisexual, and at one point
What is
in one
that?
stream.
Can you
Excuse me.
define demisexual for us, boys?
Demisexual is essentially people that they don't necessarily feel a sexual drive. They have urges, but they don't really feel the desire to go out and make go out and
Fuck. Got it.
Do the
yeah,
dirty.
yeah,
Do the
essentially,
dirty.
Yeah, they're attracted to the personality, not the person, right?
yes, that too, but it's it's a lot deeper than that too, because it's essentially I don't necessarily feel like I don't need to hit the club and pick someone up and fuck that's essentially what it is. If I will ever have sex, then it's because it's with someone that I truly connect with.
When's
Is
the last time you
demisexual?
masturbated?
What was the question?
What was the question? Toxic?
Yeah. What were you talking about, buddy?
Toxic? Did you cut out? What was that, buddy?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah,
Did I cut out?
No,
Yeah,
did you? Did you?
No.
I heard
Asked the
the
question.
question.
And then what do you
wanna
mean did I
re-ask
cut
it?
out?
'Cause you didn't ask it again.
When's the last time you masturbated?
I mean, okay, that's a very personal question, but
Listen, all right.
I mean, I do masturbate. As I said, I do have urges, but it's just that I don't have that drive to go out and pursue it that other people do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I whacked off yesterday.
Congratulations.
Me today, twice.
Yeah, congratulations to both of you.
What about you, Matt?
Guys? Good on you.
It's like last Tuesday, probably. I don't know. So okay, where was I? Demisexual. Are you attracted to both genders? Being demisexual?
I don't think that I am demisexual in the sense that I can be attracted to men. Then again, I don't really know. I've never connected with anyone really in that sense. But
Whoa.
I feel like I'm more leaning towards women in the in.
Hang on real quick. I apologize for interrupting you, bullies. Matt, did you say
What?
both genders? Inferring that there are only two genders?
Oh, for
Oh
Christ's
my
sake.
god!
How dare you? What is wrong
Yes,
with
I
you?
did. Are you attracted to all the other genders, bullies? Excuse me, I will correct my.
Oh my god! I mean, I guess we have to define how many genders there are to answer that.
Yeah, Matt.
Infinite.
What about cat
Infinite
people?
amounts.
Whoa, did you say cat people?
Yeah, did you see the video that went viral?
I saw the. Yeah, did you see the one where they were like meowing?
Yeah,
They're like,
she's like
this
going
is
through.
this is our
Pretty sure
meow
I'm
for
not
when we're.
attracted to cats. I'm pretty sure I'm not attracted to cats. I'm not
do you
Shane
think-
Dawson,
What do you think
Yeah.
about Meowba?
I mean, I don't even know what that is.
Oh,
How old's
Aw.
Meowba?
who knows?
Don't know.
Am I allowed to do a don't
No.
ask, don't tell on this one? Or
No. I don't think that's an actual person. I think that's a bot, if I'm being honest with you. I don't know what the fuck that thing is.
It's a Google AI.
Stay away, Beavers. All right.
I'll hook
That,
you
you
up.
know,
I think I could be attracted to a cat girl.
I don't want to kink shame, but as long as you don't don't fuck animals is all I'm saying. That's where I'm not okay with shit like that.
Okay, fair enough. So what you're saying is you don't know if you're attracted to all the genders. You have a specific attraction, but you never know because of the whole demisexual thing, the personality.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I do have, as I said, I do have urges, and for the most part, as far as I know, I'm more attracted to women, I guess. But it's that drive that I don't have, that most guys have, that they feel that they need to go out and conquer a woman.
Conquer,
Shit like
Jesus
that.
Christ.
Were,
Oh my god.
were you ever attracted to Tipster at all?
No, definitely
Okay.
not.
Why
I
not?
mean, nothing against the guy. I don't want to fat shame or anything like that. I don't want to call him ugly or anything like that. It's just that I've never felt the attraction towards men. I don't think, at least.
Yeah.
I don't
Well, I
know.
mean, because some speculate all the videos you've made on Tipster that maybe there's some I don't know, there's some feelings there. You know what I mean?
If there's some feelings, then they are deep hidden, and I don't know about them myself. So yeah.
Okay.
So you're
fair
saying
enough.
there's a chance?
No, I mean, as far as I know, no.
Okay.
No chance. No chance.
I'll bring
for
it back to cat girls for a second.
Oh my
Right.
god.
I think I could be attracted to a cat girl with one caveat.
What's that?
They don't have whiskers?
No. The tail can't be a clip-on.
So you need a real tail?
I'm not gonna lie, a girl with a tail, you start like yanking on that thing. Oh,
My God.
No, it's gotta be a plug. It can't be like a clip-on. It's gotta be like
Oh.
a plug.
All right, guys.
Like a
Okay.
butt plug.
All right.
Yeah, like a butt
Yeah.
plug.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, in that case, any girl, I guess, can be a cat girl.
Okay, Bullies.
Exactly, and that's the
If,
beauty of it.
if Tipster became trans, right, and got a cat tail, right, cat ears, the whole 9 yards, right, you think you would give him a chance?
Oh,
Are you talking to me now? Because the answer is still
Yes.
no.
Oh,
No, what about?
Well, I want to
I mean,
ask.
did
No,
you
I want to
see-
ask Toxic. I want to ask Toxic something.
What?
Okay.
Right? Do you think people can just become trans?
yes.
You think that?
Yep. Right,
You're a
Matt?
bigot.
Did you guys ever see the trans tipster account, by the way, on Twitter?
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
I think that guy was funny, but I know the tipster that is not really okay with that account.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the account was funny, and then it kind of like got old. So
Yeah.
I follow trannies on my Twitter. That's why I don't put it out there.
good for you, Beavers. Can
Well,
you
I'm
stop?
about to go look at this.
I'm still suspended on Twitter, by the way, permanently suspended.
Okay, let's talk about that. How many alt accounts did you have?
I don't even know, man.
You lost count.
Yeah, I think maybe the official reason that they gave me for me being suspended is because I said the word retard to someone.
Wait.
Apparently, yeah.
Uh-oh. Well, time to go through some of my old tweets.
Yeah, you might want to do that. So, like, I think I got a number from somebody, and it was like 13, maybe. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, that's probably about right. I mean,
Okay.
I haven't. I didn't count them because most of them were just throwaway accounts that I didn't really use.
Okay.
But I've seen that there's a few, there's been a few accounts that faked being me, though it's understandable that people think that those accounts were me at the time.
Yeah,
That's got to
fair
be
enough.
flattering, having people fake being you.
I mean, they say that imitation is the biggest form, or what do you say, the best form of flattery?
Yeah, the biggest form of flattery. You had it right.
Yeah, the
don't know,
biggest form of flattery.
I'd find it kind of offensive.
Really?
Yeah, somebody tried to be me. They're not me. I'd probably flip it on
Nobody
them
would
and
ever
try and
try
be
to
them.
be you.
That means
they
that
would.
you're a desirable person, though. That some people want to imitate.
Or they're trying to defamatorize me, or however the fuck you say that.
Defame, buddy. Hit the
Defame.
dictionary. Oh my god.
That's true.
Thank you, South Africa.
Defamation.
Thank you.
Yeah, the African knows English better than you.
I think
That is
gradually.
tragic.
All right, so let's go back to the tipster stuff again. All right, so how did you lose the homies role?
It was after. Wait, I think actually the first time I think it was because I don't even think there was a reason. I just lost it because Tips essentially just went through and had a purge essentially in his server, and I asked him like, yo, why did you remove my role? And I phrased it in a more I don't know. I kind of had a panic attack at the time. Like, does this mean that you're trying to distance yourself from me? That was the kind of mentality that I was in right then. So
That's
yeah,
pretty unhealthy, wouldn't you agree?
absolutely. But it wasn't about the role itself, is what I'm trying to say. It was about me, and I guess that rubbed the Tipster the wrong way, because after that I noticed that he started to distance himself more and more from me, though, which is in hindsight is understandable. But I still think I mean, he himself said that we were friends. He said that in his words, So, and I don't think that you cut off a friend that easily. But that's just me. That's my opinion.
Okay. So when Tipster takes your homie role away, you end up having a back and forth in the DMs. He drops the DMs, right? On Twitter?
Actually, I think that I kind of dropped something first. I didn't drop a DM first. I didn't drop a DM. I talked. I mentioned it first on Twitter. I think I replied to something he said, because he kind of alluded to it on Twitter. I don't know if he was just coping or molding or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just said, if you want to say something like that, say to me directly. I think that's what I said. And then he dropped a few messages, and yeah, I don't remember exactly what happened after that, but it was a clusterfuck after that. So yeah.
Okay. So where so DMs get dropped regardless, and it turns into like a big clusterfuck, and you end up going on a Twitter video, walking around and kind of what's up?
Several videos actually.
Yeah, and you end up walking around your area, kind of talking about the situation and venting, if you will, and it got memed very quickly, right? What was the? Do you remember any of the memes that were people criticized you with?
The meme that has stuck is the one where I went by the school and said that I like walking past here, but I guess it came off as kind of creepy.
Yeah,
I guess, and I understand why.
You know what you
But
should have did?
what?
After that meme started about the school, you should have went to a swimming pool and been like, "Yeah, you're right." I think that would have been pretty funny.
But I
Like,
did record another video where I went by another school and said, I'm walking past the school again. I guess that makes me a pedophile.
yeah, that's the one that I've seen stuck around a lot. I can't find your old one, but I've found.
You know what I would have done, right? Just quickly, what I
What?
would have done is after the school thing, like Toxic says, I would have gone to like a swimming pool, right? And I would have recorded the words, "Yeah, I'm a," right? And then you go to like a pediatrician's or like the doctor for young people, and you sit there in the waiting room and you say, "Pedophile."
Okay, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't say it.
I don't care what that was. I still think that the video is very, funny, and I don't think that I don't think it comes off as I mean that I'm actually a pedophile. I'm obviously, memeing about the whole situation that, I can go walk past the school without people calling me a pedophile. That's what I was upset about at the time.
Sometimes
it was pretty
mistakes are
funny.
made. Sometimes
You should
mistakes are made. I
you
mean,
know what you should have
I
done?
remember.
Wait,
I remember one
wait,
time.
Beavers, wait. You know what you should have did is you should have got the kids to run away from you. The next video, like, no, it's Bully, run away, and they're all running away.
How do you organize that, Matt? How do you organize
Yeah.
that?
You tell the kids
very
to
good
run
question.
away when you walk by.
I feel like the kids' parents are going to get really
I
concerned
feel
if
like
you
the
did that.
police would get involved at that point too.
Yeah.
You're fine. You're
Why don't you go
fine.
And
do it, Matt? And tell
also,
us how it
we
goes.
know.
Well,
We
I
know
don't
that
want to get into
bullies.
any altercation with the police because you see, the police lives across the road here where I live. So I have like 100 steps to the police station here if I want to be arrested.
Well, I was
Yeah.
gonna say the way that you know that he's not a pedophile is that he's within walking distance of a school.
Yeah.
Totally.
Well, there you go.
I mean, if it ever comes out that I am a pedophile, they know exactly where to find me. So
Well, actually, I'm
Oh,
not
I
going to say that on the podcast.
Okay. So, Beavers, did you want to say anything else? I interrupted.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, sometimes mistakes are made. I remember once I was playing PUBG, right?
Frick.
I was playing PUBG with Nicholas, and I may have said that I wanted to sodomize this guy, and then I found out how old he was.
Did you still want to?
No, but then I said
You
I'd fuck his
hesitated
mom
after a
too.
moment.
No, I said I'd fuck his mom too, and then he got his mom on the fucking thing, and then they called play.
Wow.
It was a big thing. They called PlayStation Network while I was in the VC with them, and yeah, it was very funny. But then I heard the mom speak, and I told her I wouldn't fuck her with, I wouldn't touch her. 10-foot pole.
And then she got even madder.
Yes, she did. It was very funny.
Yeah, I assume.
Yeah. Thanks for telling us that story, Beavers, on our podcast.
All I'm saying is sometimes when you threaten to sodomize children, it's not with ill intent. Sometimes it's a mistake.
There was no threat. All right.
No, there was a threat, but he took it back.
No,
No,
there
I
was
didn't.
No, I'm talking about bullies.
I
There
didn't
was
take it back.
Oh.
In my case, it wasn't a threat. It was, just me being very silly.
Yeah,
I
you
doubled
walked-
down. I doubled down.
Did you?
I mean, if I would have done that publicly, I mean, I'm kind of surprised that nobody, heard me say that.
I was gonna rape that kid out of principle.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I disavow. I strongly disavow.
It's a matter of being principled, people. You don't just say things.
As soon as you said that, a random number started calling me. Thanks.
It's the
Anyway.
FBI.
Yeah.
One other thing that kind of bothered me with all that, because the one who was giving me most shit at the time and called me a pedophile all the time was essentially about this guy, Slug.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was on my ass. He used his community tab, used Twitter, he used titles in his videos. Everywhere he called me a pedophile. And it got on my nerves. I got so fucking mad at him that I confronted him one day on his own stream, and he essentially ended up having to say that he didn't have anything than his own opinion. And even then he refused to say that I'm not the. He just pisses me off. I'm sorry.
So yeah, you and him went back and forth for almost a year, right? For just shitting on each other.
Half a year, I think, not a year.
Okay. Oh, I thought you guys started in August, but so you guys are going back and forth for a while, and so what started that?
I mean, essentially, I made this was long. This was long after Tipster cut his ties with me, and I lost my train of thought here.
Okay.
You asked how it began, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah. I made a tweet on Twitter where I said, I said that a 14-year-old. This was when this zero drama was happening, by the way. So I said that 14-year-olds dating 19-year-olds old, it happens. Though I didn't make it clear that I don't think that it should happen in the original tweet. And he kept using that as evidence for me being a pedophile, because I said that it happens, and that people do think that sometimes people mistake 14-year-olds for being 15-year-olds. Essentially, it happens. That's why you have to ID
No.
people.
Yeah, and it depends where you are in the world as well. It's a really messy issue.
Yeah, and essentially he used that one instance as. See, and this wasn't a joke on his part. He was seriously accusing me of being a pedophile everywhere.
He does that to everybody, right? He did that to Steve too, right?
Yeah, he still does that to Steve. He still does it to me, from time to time. Essentially, whenever anyone gets on his nerves, that's when he uses these underhand methods. He either doxes them, or calls them pedophile, or accuses them of rape, or he's a very, very vile person.
He's very volatile. He's very volatile.
Yeah.
He gets very angry. I witnessed that myself on Stardust and Diva's stream, where he got so mad at Steffi, like within a moment, like his whole tone changed, and he threatened to drop DMs. Like as soon as he got really angry. I don't know. Like it was weird, because it's like he tries to come off as this very docile, like, oh yeah, that was my fault. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was my fault too. I'm sorry. And then all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, he's fucking angry.
Yeah, I know that he has ADHD, because he said that.
Hey! I have ADHD. Let's not use that as an excuse.
So do I. So do I, man. I wasn't using it as an excuse. I'm saying that I think that he hasn't, received the help he needs to manage his anger. Because as a man with ADHD, you know that you have tools that you use to help yourself, essentially, to not be as aggressive as you could be otherwise.
No, you guys have got it all wrong. All right, Slug is innocent. He's done nothing
That's
wrong
what I've been
ever.
saying.
No, you've been against Slug. What are you talking about? All right,
I
I've
have
never
not.
seen anything Slug done be wrong. Okay, he's perfectly fine. I think he should be welcomed back with open arms everywhere.
He's sucking that slimy slug cock.
That's the exact opposite take you've had, Toxic.
Yeah,
Say the other
he's
day
sucking on
on
that slimy little slug cock.
Sorry, I was
What
mocking
did he say the
Beavers.
other day on Tommy's stream? He said he sent a donation or something, and said something, right, Matt?
He either sent a donation, or he was in waiting to call, or he got pulled in. I don't remember.
I think he said it was because I mentioned that Salvo blocked him from his server, because I told Salvo about
Well, what did you?
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, since we're around this topic, what did you think about Tommy covering you on his show?
I mean, I think Tommy can be a funny guy. I didn't think it was his best material the other day, but it was okay.
Like overall, or just that one time?
I mean, just that one. The latest time was the first time he covered my shit was funnier. This time was a little more. Hell, it didn't hit as hard.
Do you like it overall?
I mean, I appreciate the free promotion. I don't have contrary to what people think, I don't have a problem with him talking about it.
The first time it happened, it felt like you had a problem, because you were DMing me while we were doing the show.
I kind of maybe it came off that way, and to an extent, yes. But I still appreciated the free promotion.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm not forbidding him to show my material. He can do that all he wants, because it's YouTube. All material here is to be used by anyone, essentially. We sign over or write for our material once we upload it to YouTube. I think that's even in
yeah, it is. It's in the TOS.
Yeah.
You don't own what you put up.
Yeah, exactly. So I do not have an issue with that. I mean, sometimes maybe a joke someone makes may annoy me, but it is what it is,
Okay, well, you did take issue with the recent one because you said you were compared to Slug, right?
Yeah, don't ever fucking compare me to that guy. It's that's where I draw the line. Pedophilia jokes, okay. Rape jokes, okay.
Oh my God.
Don't ever compare me to Slug.
Wait.
Well, I mean, like compare, but like the comparison is like he's a tard, you're a tard, they're a tard, that's a tard, that's a tard. You know what I mean? Like it's not like you guys are the exact same, right?
You're like fucking Oprah. You're a Todd. You're a Todd.
You get a tard. You
But
get
to
a
be fair,
tard.
that's what Tommy says. Is that you're essentially the same kind of person. Is essentially what he's saying, and I do not appreciate, even if it's done in a joking manner. I do not appreciate that because of my experiences with Slug.
So you'd
It's just
rather
how
be
it is.
you'd rather
I
be called a
can't-
pedophile than be
Compared to Slug.
compared to Slug.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
Not even any hesitation on that.
that's
I
crazy.
tell you what, if that ever happens again, I will bring up that point.
Yeah,
Right,
I want
Bullies.
headphones there.
Yeah.
And that will probably give Tommy a chuckle too. So yeah.
Since,
Wait, what
since we're doing hypotheticals, right? I have a hypothetical for you, Bullies. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you rather be a pedophile, right?
Oh my God.
my
And
God.
hold on. Would you rather be a pedophile and nobody knows you're one, right? But you have to be an offending pedophile. Or would you rather not be a pedophile, but everybody thinks you're one?
I would rather not be a pedophile, but everyone thinks I'm a one, because then at least I know that I'm not a fucking
Yeah,
degenerate.
All right, so we're in modern times. So so what if someone said you're just like Slug, you're both pedophiles?
I mean, I can't do anything about it. I guess.
But you
I'm
would
not
take.
gonna-
But what Tox's thing is, you would take the Slug part offensive and not the pedophile
Yes,
part.
yes, definitely.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
I think what you need to do to combat this is you need to go like date a really old woman.
Yeah, I'm gonna date a really old grandma or something.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
80 years old and say, I love her little saggy coochie. I love how her meat flaps
then-
just
this-
hang
Well,
out.
he's demisexual,
Disgusting.
right?
This old piece of meat. This is what I'm into. This is what I want to
But
do.
then
This,
Slug,
The less
Slug,
Kegel she's done, the better.
Slug's
I
gonna
want
make
that
a
pelvic floor to be hanging on the floor.
yeah.
Well,
Slug's gonna make a video though. He's gonna be like, Bullies is dating his mom or his
Oh my
grandmother.
Yeah.
well, to be fair, Slug does anything. He says about Maya and Steve apparently. And that's such a dead topic at this point. I think.
Yeah, but okay, I just want to say, yeah, Slug, piece of shit, whatever, for doing what he does. But also, Steve would leave as a meth addict.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
I've had my interactions with him, and he has very strange opinions on some things, but he's overall not a bad person. I don't think.
You don't think Steve DeLee's a bad person?
Not as far as I know. I mean, he has done some cringy things. That the whole thing with when he accidentally, doxed Yane. You remember that?
The pictures? Are you talking about
Yeah,
that?
I don't even. Honestly, I don't even
Oh,
think
that was the one where he was doing a show and he was scrolling through like a feed of some kind, and
Yeah.
their photo was there, and he like stopped on it, and then he went back to it.
No, see, here's the thing. No. He didn't stop on it. He scrolled right by.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's the thing. He didn't. I don't count that as doxing at all. If anything, I think it's Yane's fault for having that public.
Well, the problem, see, I defended Steve at that part because he just scrolls right by. The problem is he doubles down and then clips it, puts it on Twitter. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Puts more
yeah,
attention
absolutely.
to it. So
Absolutely.
if that would be my criticism for Steve,
Yes,
is like,
justification for that was though that people needed to see what she wanted to be removed. I didn't agree with that. We all, me or send. As far as I know, we all told Steve that that we don't want you to do that. Essentially.
yeah,
So
yeah. I don't think that justification. Look, I don't know. Like, I'm not the guy. I'm sorry. Time out. Bullies, can you fix your like? I'm hearing like myself and like.
Yeah, it's happened a few times now.
Much, much, much later.
now I can hear you. Now I can.
Hey, there we go.
I don't know why, but I have to. I can only hear you when I plug in you to my PlayStation controller for some reason.
I'm in love.
That's
I
weird.
was having
And always
Well,
will
your
be.
mic changed. Did his mic change again? Guys?
Yeah, it changed back
Yeah, your mic changed back.
Wait a minute.
to the old
Back
mic.
to
it's fine.
It's fine. We can keep going. I just don't want to hear myself while I'm trying to say something.
Yeah, Matt's
Lol.
insecure about his voice. He doesn't like it.
Scuff podcast. Remember that, boys.
Yeah.
Well, can't
Or nothing
if it
special.
happens over and over. It's fine if it happens here and there. If it happens over and over, then
yeah. Was it really bad?
Nah, it wasn't that bad.
All
it's
right.
not
There
bad.
will be no
Shut
wife.
up.
All right, you guys are resuming now.
Oh,
Bullies, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm
I'm
ready.
in love
All right,
and always.
Shut
All
up.
Beavers. All right. So Steve to leave.
Mhm.
God.
346 minutes later.
I mean, I'm sitting here sweating my balls off just to record this by my PC.
And we appreciate that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you should,
it was
you should
Yeah,
put
well,
that
I mean,
in a jar
I
and sell
want to
it.
sound good, is what I'm saying. So I don't like that I most of the time sound like I'm on mobile, because if that was the case, I could have, just walked around with my iPods in my ears or something.
Yeah, I mean, well, the first half you're going to sound like you're on mobile, and now you're going to sound great.
Okay, yeah.
All
It's
right,
fine, it's
so
fine.
we're back. Sorry, we had to take a quick break because Bullies needed to fix his mic because we just realized he sounded like he was on mobile. I thought he was on mobile. Everyone else thought he was on mobile. Turns out he was using the wrong mic. So
Mhm.
we were talking about Steve to leave, Bullies. We were talking that he was scrolling by Jane, got Jane's kids on camera, kept scrolling, and then kind of doubled down when he went to Twitter. You said that wasn't necessarily a double down. That was more like him reiterating that this is the clip they were talking about, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's I think it was a stupid beef all around. I think that it could have easily been dropped by both ends at any point, essentially. I think that also Repsian is kind of weird when it comes to his girlfriends. Not just his ex, his current girlfriend is also kind of crazy in my opinion.
Yeah. Fair
Do you
enough.
still think Steve DeLeaf should kill himself?
No, it's funny that you say that. I actually apologized to Steve about that a long time ago, and he just thought it was funny. So
I think it was funny too.
I mean, do you find it ironic that these guys, right? These guys were like really shat on you before, and now they're like your best buds in the commentary community.
I mean, to be fair, we didn't really know each other before.
Right, but you guys went back and forth for a bit. You kind of, I know Steve definitely like shat on you a bit. I think there was something to do with Edwin. You calculated
It had to do with deity specifically, and to be fair, I was being very toxic against deity specifically. I was going after deity very hard for a while, and that's I think what Steve was upset about, that I didn't treat deity with the same respect I treated other people with.
Is deity
And,
still? Oh, is he still around?
Steve, deity, you
Steve.
mean?
I'm sorry. Are you saying deity or are you saying Steve?
I said, are you asking if deity is around? Then
Yeah, deity.
yeah, he is still around, I think, but I don't think that he's covering Edwin anymore, which is good because he did that a bit too much.
Yeah, I agree. I do want to ask one question about Steve. Do you know where the fucking when he gained like a huge hate boner for Edwin?
No,
Like,
I
no?
do not.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think I know. I think it's a bit weird that he's. But no, he hasn't. To be fair, he hasn't talked about Edwin in a long time now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, no, fair enough. He doesn't really talk about Edwin now. I just always was wondering why he went after Edwin. Like, what started it? You know what I mean?
I have no idea what started that shit. That's lore I haven't dug into.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Let's go back to Slug and Steve Believe. Do you think these two will ever stop fighting with each other, or you think it's going to keep going and going?
The thing is that I know that Steve likes to fuck with Slug, and Slug is very easy to fuck with. So I don't think it will stop anytime soon, since he, kind of enjoys fucking with Slug, and I don't think it's good for Steve to do that, because it's kind of makes him look bad, in my opinion.
Okay. Well, with Slug, it just seems like he likes to latch on to stuff all the time. Are you planning to still go back and forth with Slug?
Occasionally, I will poke him, but I'm not gonna make it a everyday occurrence. I try to not give him any attention anymore. I did for a while, but I try to not give him. If I talk about him on my channel, for example, I try to not even name him. I usually call him Snail Man or something. So, something that that people who follows me understands who I mean. Without, I don't want people to.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's just with like with Slug, you guys had such a back and forth hectic thing that it's almost like, I don't know, it seems like you two were like seen as big foes, you know what I mean? So are you saying you want to move on from that? And are you hoping that Slug
In my
moves on?
opinion, I have already moved on from Slug, honestly. But can you blame me for being kind of angry at him for a while? I mean, everywhere he accused me of being a pedophile, unironically, and even after I remember Jessica Piskel actually contacted him and told him to drop it, and he made an apology video to me, and I didn't say that I forgot forgave him or anything, but he and shortly after that I remember that he started calling me that again, and it's probably because I was just associated with Steve.
Yeah.
Because he really hates that exposed video that Steve made on him, which is still a really good video.
Yeah, I will say that was a really good. I will give Steve Lee a lot of credit there. That was a really good video on Slug, it shows a lot of the dumb things Slug has done, and the whole situation. Like the funniest one is where he threatens to poison his friend's animals or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's real funny.
It's not his friends. It's
screenshots are funny.
she went by the name Minecraft Girl. I don't know if she's even online anymore, but she's actually someone who lives relatively closely to Slug, and I interviewed her at one point, and I was going to have it in a video and all of that. But shortly after I interviewed her, Slug threatened her to dox her again, and she didn't want to be a part of the project, so I didn't include her in any more videos.
I mean, I'm sorry to hear about that and stuff, and I don't get why Slug keeps doing this to himself, where he says he's changed, right, and he's turned a new leaf on life, and he's going to be a different person, and then he just does it right again. It does the same
just
thing.
A few weeks ago he doxed me, my information shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
he did. I mean, to be fair, it's not that hard to find that information because it was linked on my though a bit obscure, it was linked on my Vidly page, which is essentially a YouTube knockoff who uses YouTube's old layout as their basic layout. And on my profile there, I had my Facebook linked, so that's how he found my information.
So did he say it on a stream or?
To be fair to him, he only did it on Twitter, but the intent was still there, and I think that the intent is what.
I don't think that's a to be fair situation. Did he put your full name on Twitter?
Yes, definitely.
Why?
Why? Yeah, why? Why would in a response to something you said, or?
I don't know. There was someone who for a while went around, making an account that called themselves Slug or whatever it was, and they made a tweet that I think Harley TBS picked up on that said I'm a pedophile, but even I think the tipster is cringy or something like that.
That wasn't an actual Slug tweeting? I thought that was a Slug tweet.
No. That's why he was so pissed. He thinks that I made that tweet.
Oh, he thinks that was you.
Yeah,
He has
he
no
thinks
proof.
so. No, not that I know of. I mean, it would be kind of impossible to have proof of that since it wasn't me.
Yeah.
So I think that whoever made it should contact me because I want to buy them a beer or something. It was awesome.
Uh-huh.
But I did not make it. I wish I did.
Well, the thing, like, with Slug,
Yeah.
where he goes and what he does is always kind of fucked up, and all the stuff he
Mhm.
says is usually fucked up. Was there ever a moment, just going back, where you guys were friendly, or did it always start off like this?
The thing is that when I found out that he has, ADHD from someone who told me a bit about him, I reached out to him and said, that maybe, you need the help, managing your angers, and maybe I can give you a few advice, a few pointers about that. I remember I did this in a server he was in, and he got so fucking pissed at me that he said that he essentially would rape my mother and shit like that. He really
Whoa.
graphic stuff. Yeah.
Did he said that in a voice chat or like in a
No.
type-
To be fair, he said it, in text form, but even the
I mean, to
mods
be
on
fair-
boys. You got to stop saying "to be fair" because it's still not fair, buddy. Like,
No.
like that's not.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a tendency I have. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
about
no, I
that.
get that, but you're giving him when you say "to be fair," that means you're giving them the benefit of the doubt. Do you want to give the benefit of the doubt?
No,
to
but
Slug?
even the mods on that server, they reacted to it and like, well, what the fuck's up with you? Because it's a shit talking server essentially.
Yeah,
And
did
even
you screenshot it?
I did, but I think that I've deleted that
Okay.
since a
All
long
right,
time
well,
ago.
fair enough. Like, I don't know, man. Slug says some crazy shit, man.
Yeah, I mean, he said so much crazy shit that I don't even care about keeping up with it anymore because you can essentially just look at what he's doing now and see something equally crazy.
Well, it's like he's got the straitjacket role in our server, right? Meaning he can't see the chat, he can't talk in chat, he can't get in a voice chat. All he can do is go into wait in a call for shot from the point. That's it. That's all he can do. So I prefer that. I don't think he's ever going to lose that. And he even tried to bitch at me about it because he was like, "Well, I got kicked out of the server because of the Maya thing. That was an obvious joke." And then I played the clip on Stardust stream, and then you got to see where he was like, "Maya, I have your information, and I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I might have to take a trip if this video gets taken down." It's just like, all right, dude. Like, even
And
if
the
you
thing
were
is,
joking, I can't defend.
thing is that's one of the tamer things that Slug has done. Actually, it's not that bad from him.
Yeah,
No, I
Matt, but
get
to be fair,
To be fair, yeah.
To be
No,
fair,
I'm
Yeah,
not
to
saying.
be
I'm just
fair.
saying that if you
Good
think
point.
that's fucked up, then you have a lot to catch up on.
No, I've seen a lot of the stuff that he's said before, and it's something else. And then he tries to pretend that he either A, never said any of this before, B, where's the proof? Show me the screenshots, yada yada yada. Or once he gets called out, he's like, "Well, I've changed." That's usually his route to take, right?
Yeah.
Beavers once offered to not Beavers, fuck you, Beavers. Slug once offered to 3D print out a leg for me, and I was like, "No, that's not
fucking
happening."
hilarious,
People
though.
say
That he 3D prints everything. Did you know? I hate that I've seen this, but he actually 3D printed his dick once.
What?
Yeah,
Well,
no joke. He did that. I have had nightmares, dude. I've had nightmares.
who made it?
Like,
Did he make it? Like
He
design it and all that?
yeah. He 3D printed it,
Okay.
and
Okay, but to
Don't-
be fair, if you have a 3D printer, how long is it going to be before you try to do that?
yeah, but who are you going to tell about
Will.
that? Like, seriously, did he go in a
Nah, I
Discord?
wouldn't tell anybody. I
Yo,
wouldn't
he
tell
posted a
anybody,
picture
but I'd do
of
it.
the 3D model. That's what he did. That's
Did he
Was it big?
in like a Discord or like?
no,
How do you
to
know?
be completely honest, it was not impressive. If I'm saying that much, it.
Oh, so
Okay,
he could make it himself, and he didn't even make it. Okay, he didn't even
I'm
boost
just
himself
saying,
up.
how did this start? Where did he do? Like, where did he? Was he bragging on Twitter? Like, hey, I just printed
I
out
don't
my
know.
dick.
I just went to his Twitter profile one day and I saw the 3D model of his dick, and I've had a problem sleeping ever since.
Bullies. If I get all right, let me ask you this from your opinion. If we ask Slug to come on the podcast,
No,
No.
no, I'm not platforming him. Nope. Nope.
I'm just saying, I want to ask him about his 3D printed dick. Like, is it just sitting on the fucking
You
shelf?
can do that
somewhere?
on your
Ask him
own time.
Dave's stream.
Good
I
idea.
mean,
Good
to be-
idea. I will do that on Dave's stream.
I don't ever want to have a conversation about his dick with him. If I'm,
Well, I'm not
being
asking
honest.
you to have a conversation. I was just saying,
I
like,
would, if I was Slug, I would 3D print my penis and then 3D print my asshole.
You know, it's funny
right?
because
So that when people tell me to go fuck myself, I can like
It's a
pull
good
up on the
bit.
screen and just go like,
yeah, for a while, for a long time, he 3D printed some horns for Jane, Repsion's girlfriend. 3D, I don't know what the fuck those horns were. To me, it looked like some kind of dildo or something. I don't know what the fuck it was.
Probably
printed.
was.
there were rumors that Slug was more inside with Jane than it was said, right? That he was like giving her information, stuff like that. Do you know anything about those rumors?
I can tell you that the most likely are true because I remember. Do you remember when Repsion said that Steve was, or that Maya was Maya's friend was stalking Jane and going to her house and that shit? Do you remember that?
Maya's friend was stalking Jane, going to her house. Wait, what?
Yeah, that was a whole thing. I don't know. That was dropped pretty quickly after, essentially even I debunked it in a video.
I know about the tattoo shop. I don't know about that.
No, that this was the first time that they accused Maya of doxing. It was the Steve and Maya were just they were talking shit about Repsion and Jane, and they pulled up some picture of some garbage and said and someone said, "Oh, I didn't know that you went to Jane's house." And what Slug did, he posted it on his channel, a blacked out video with just the audio of that.
Okay.
So it seemed like they were at the house that they had visited the house. Is essentially what it.
When you say Maya's friend, it's not the friend that ran away from Maya and now is hanging out with Jane, is it?
Don't know to 100%. I don't think it was the same friend, but it might have been.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you a quick question here. What is your stance on Maya?
Maya is. It's hard for me to say. She has done a lot of crazy shit. Nobody can deny that. She has done a lot of unpleasant things, but when I've talked to her personally, she hasn't been that bad. But I've only talked to her a handful of times, so I can't really say. But if I'm judging her based on everything that she's done, then I can't say that I think she's a pleasant person.
Yeah. Okay. So just not a pleasant person. What's your opinion on like how Steve and Maya's friendship? Is that still like a thing? Like, are they still like talking and hanging out, or?
I don't know. The only thing I know is that even I said to him, like, you have done what you can for Maya. I know that you want to help her and all that shit, but she's a lost cause, is what I told Steve, and I don't know. To my knowledge, she hasn't had anything to do with Maya in a while now. Though maybe I'm wrong about that because I haven't looked into it either. But I don't think that they have any contact anymore.
All right, cool. So Toxic, did you want to ask this one?
Yeah, I got a quick question because I don't really keep up with that side of the community much. But I did see the Sin and Buster stream, their little fallout. Is there any have they talked since then, or is there like an update?
Not that I know of. I tried to talk to Buster because I have him on Discord too. I don't think that Sen was necessarily trying to paint him in a bad light. Sen has he can be a bit of an asshole with his attitude sometimes on his stream because it's a part of the entertaining aspect of doing a stream. Just like Tommy, he can be an asshole too.
No.
No, but I don't think that Sen went out of his way to paint Buster in a negative light. I think that Buster did a poor job of defending himself, if anything, and he kind of took some things out of context. if I don't remember
Would
it
you
right.
agree that that argument in itself should not have been like that was such a small argument to have, and then it kind of turned into like an explosion between these two guys that were like kind of friends, I guess, in the community. You know?
Yeah, I can agree with that. I think that it's kind of a silly beef, but what can you do, man?
I mean, fair enough. I think my major criticism would be like, I don't know, just like how like, and I'm not saying it's Sen's fault, and I'm not saying it's Buster's fault. I'm just saying like we went from point. I don't even remember what the argument was about, but we went from point A to like point Z really quickly, and it just like exploded, and everything kind of fell apart between those two. But I mean, fair enough, you know. Maybe Buster's like chasing the clout, and I know he's like in Augie's chat again, so I don't know. So maybe Sen was right in that situation, or you know, maybe Sen's just an
I
asshole.
definitely think that Buster is a bit. He probably thinks that Sen is an asshole now.
Yeah,
I don't know. Sen has been nice to me. I don't know. I haven't seen him be that bad of a guy to Buster. Then again, I haven't, done a deep dive into the lore between the two of them either. So
yeah, I don't know the lore either. There's probably way more to it. In
maybe.
fairness. Okay, so the last subject, we're going to circle back to Tipster. You and Tipster had a conversation privately, right?
Yeah. I mean, you were there for that conversation, so.
Yeah. So basically, just to explain the story, you and Tipster have had it out for each other for about a year or so. The one thing I want to correct though, and something I learned in this conversation, you lost the homies role, right? You ended up getting it back.
Yes.
And then you lost it, and then either you lost it again or the homies role just went away.
I left the server after that is what happened, and I don't know if even Tipster noticed that or not. But I did because I think that that's around the time when Shani was exposed and she was in the server, and I was like, I don't want anything to do with that shit.
Yeah. Okay, so you and Tipster have had it out for each other. There's a lot of back and forth stuff that involves Steffi and like accusations. Your Tipster's crew shitting on you. You got alt accounts watching Tipster. It turns into a whole clusterfuck, and then it kind of dies down, and then there's like you're kicked off of Twitter, and then you start making little short videos on Tipster. And I think I reached out to you to possibly come on the podcast with Tipster to try and talk this out publicly. You said you wanted to do it privately, and there was like some back and forth where Tipster invited you on a stream, and you seemed like you wanted to do it at first, and then like within the next 2 minutes you were like no. So there was like a lot of back and forth there. We're trying to like work that shit out. Eventually, I was able to get you guys in a call together where you guys talked it out. How do you feel about that call?
I think that we said a lot of good things that resolved the matter, and we know where we stand now on different questions. I don't hate Tipster. I never hated Tipster. I was angry at him for a while, and I was upset, but I never hated him, despite what people might think that I did. I when he had his own breakdown, you remember, and he kind of privated all of his shit. I remember I was so I felt for him because that's kind of what I did when I deleted my channel. So you know what I mean. It's I think it's comparable in that way, though he didn't, completely delete his channel, but he did private all of his shit then.
Why did you delete your channel, Bullies?
I was just fucking done. I was just at this point. I was at a really low point in my life. I don't know if you know about it, but I do, and this is gonna sound like an excuse, but I do struggle with depression and shit like that. Yeah. And I was really down at the time, and I had lost some friends, and a lot of other shit had happened. I was like, I'm just giving up on this shit. I can't take it. I'm not made for commentary. I can't do this shit. So and I was sitting there, hovering over the delete button on there, and I like was talking to myself like, "You're not gonna do it, pussy. You're not gonna do it. You're not gonna push this level." Like, yeah, I'm gonna prove you wrong. That was the inner conversation I had with myself, which is kind of funny in hindsight.
So you had a whole conversation with yourself.
Yeah,
on whether-
essentially, you're not gonna do it, pussy. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna,
That's pretty
and I did
schizo.
it. Yeah, kind of. Well, it wasn't in a dialogue. To be clear, I didn't, sit here and talk to myself.
Yeah.
Also.
So, all right. So, when you deleted it, did you feel instant regret?
Not instantly. First, I actually felt, and I think that Tipster said something in the same lines when he privated all of his shit, that it was kind of a relief because I felt like, in a way, I proved that I don't care about the numbers. I don't care about how well my channel does. I think I think nobody can say that I care that much about the numbers since I, deleted a 1K channel.
Okay. So you got a new channel now, right? It's the same
Yeah.
channel, same name as your old channel, I Bully Bullies. I noticed when you search I Bully Bullies, it gives you the suicide hotline number or the bully hotline number.
Yeah, no, that too.
Which is become a pretty funny meme. But with your content, you've been posting a lot of shorts, a lot of quick memes and stuff. Is that what you're going to stick to, or are you going to do any long form stuff?
Probably gonna stick with the short material because I don't have any energy to sit and do. Well, other than from time to time, I don't want to do long form. I think that I'm better at doing short form content anyway.
But what about a serious video, like an actual topic that's not a joke? I guess you could say, just like really short information. I guess you could say
Maybe like a 5-minute videos. I think this
Yeah.
talk is talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on if I want to cover it or not. But I mean, most of the time, I'm busy on the days, and I don't have that much time to sit down and make content. That's why I decided to make these this shorter form content. And this summer has actually been really fucking hot, so I don't feel like sitting by a hot computer and edit
That's
shit.
really- Tommy's
Yeah.
been talking about how hot it's been. He's struggling.
you guys
so
are a bunch of babies.
I mean, they're not used to
Dude.
that fucking that Southern America, us
Neither
Southerners,
am
bro.
I. Every time it comes
I'm
back, every year.
Swedish. I'm used to cold weather, and we
Toxic.
have had a record hot summer here.
Toxic. You got to understand, they don't have air conditioning, bro.
Yeah, I get
Yeah,
that.
we don't actually. We don't have air conditioning here. That's true.
You understand how much of a nightmare that would be with no air conditioning? Like, I feel bad for you guys.
Yeah, I
Alright,
mean,
maybe
all
they do gotta
my
fix
windows
that.
are open all the time, essentially, because otherwise it's good. It's okay now when the shade of night has been thrown over everything. Then it comes in some cool air, but on the days when it's the sun is out, I swear I'm gonna melt or something.
Yeah.
I think you're all pussies.
I think I'm just Swedish, and we are pussies when it comes to sunlight.
All right.
But
If I
on the
saw-
other hand, I bet I can I can sit out in the cold longer than you guys can.
Definitely me. Yeah, for sure.
No, I like the cold. All right, so now we're gonna get to the hard-hitting questions, okay?
Okay.
I bully bullies. Do you like kids?
I mean, not in the sexual way, to be clear, but but kids are okay. I don't want any kids, but I
That's
have
good.
I have I like my nieces are nice. They are good kids, and I like spending time with them. They are really nice.
Okay. Beavers, you got any questions?
Hell nah. Let's wrap this thing up.
All right, Bullies, you got anything you want to say to anyone or anything you want to clear up before we end it?
One thing I want to add is just that Tipster, you really need to get
Kill
a leash on. No, get a leash on Hannah Animal because
Oh shit!
that bitch she meddles in shit she shouldn't be.
Put a
I mean,
leash
to
on
be
that
fair,
animal.
and this time I actually want to use that to be fair because she hasn't been throwing herself in any conversations in a few months, I think, at least. But she did throw herself in all conversations related to Tipster for a while.
Look, in her defense, I reached out to her to see if she had any questions. She said no. So I think she wants, I think she's done with this. I think she's done with you. I think all the detractors that you had from Tister's community, I think they're done with it. I think the metaphorical Discord handshake that you and Tister have had, I think they're sticking with that as well. So I think you're good, buddy.
Yeah,
One last quick
I feel
question.
like things have calmed down a lot since. I remember Tipster made actually an kind of, not an announcement, but he mentioned that that we are not quote unquote friends, but we are okay with each other. He mentioned that on his stream once. So, and since then I've noticed that people have backed off a lot. So,
Toxic, you had a quick question?
Yeah, we're wrapping up and all that. Bullies, are you glad you came on?
I'm glad I came on because I wanted to tell my story, tell people how it is from my perspective, and tell people that the Discord role doesn't really matter to me as much as it apparently matters to a lot of other people because they bring it up all the time.
Yeah. Were you afraid that we were like going to try to pull something on you or anything like that?
Initially, I was, but I was like, if you do that, then it's gonna make you look bad. So,
Not
Yeah.
if we don't release it. No, just kidding.
true.
And here's Slug. Let's go. Boop. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah,
Good.
I swear, if you had pulled in Slug, I would fucking never even.
Yeah, we're gonna pull
Nah.
Ethan Klein and just like
Nah.
pull
I would
random
block
people.
you. I would block you on. I would block you 3 times over on all social media platforms.
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, I think I'll be honest with you. I'm really over Slug. I just want him. I didn't want him to come back into the server. Like, so, like, yeah, I'm not really that big into.
I can
Slug.
guarantee you that even when you think that you have gotten rid of Slug, he's gonna have an alt that he uses on your account because he always has an alt more than I did on Twitter even.
Yeah. Well, like, all right. One last Slug thing. Did you see that clip when he thought he was like people were following him or something? Did you ever see that?
No, what's that about?
There's like he's like outside, right? And he's got his camera, and he's like, this car is like pulls up next to him, and he's like, these people were following me. They're stalking me and stuff like that. I don't know. Like it was really weird. It was during the height of all the Steve Believe and you and stuff like that. I think he was like insinuating it was like an online harasser or something. It was really weird.
That does sound really weird, but I did miss that.
Yeah, I guess it got lost to time because it was a part of one of Slug's many suspended accounts. So there you go. But anyways, Bullies, thank you for joining us, man, and thanks for coming
having
on.
me.
Every interaction I've ever had with you that was voice wise has always been decent. I'd say you're kind of a spurg in the DMs sometimes and in the chat, but when I talk to you, you're a pretty chill dude.
Likewise, I mean, you're not a spurg in DMs, but you're nice most of the time, from what I can tell.
I try. But yeah, I think that's gonna be all for us, man. I appreciate you coming on.
Okay, nice. When will this be out?
Probably next week sometime.
Probably next week sometime, yeah. Depending on,
Yeah,
we got a couple episodes in the can, so it might be next week or maybe the week after, possibly, but highly doubt it. Probably next week.
Okay. Well, that's all for me.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate
Cool.
it. Later. All right.
Fucking hell, you people can't end anything. Just
What do you
keep
want?
going and going.
All right, well,
and going.
Finish the outro.
Going.
You do the outro, Beavers.
Well, we just had I Bully Bullies on. We had an interesting conversation. And yeah, sub to the channel.
Yeah, do better.
Thanks.
40% of you.
Bye.
That was the worst outro ever. First, make sure to like, drop a comment. What should the comment be?
Comment Beavers likes to.
No,
Whoa! Cut that.
That's what
Okay,
you said.
redo the outro.
toxic.
Redo the outro.
You literally said it earlier.
I don't care. Like, we can't have that in our comments, dude.
And you know that's the one time they'll listen to you, right?
Yes, dude. Like, don't put that in there.
There we go.
You want me? What do you want? Make sure. All right, guys. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Make sure to comment. What do you guys want them to comment?
Toxic flag.
No.
All right, guys. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. Do all that good stuff. Thanks for watching. Appreciate all the good things you guys been saying. Make sure to leave a comment what you thought about this video. Comment something like, I don't know, like Bullies is
Actually, no. I got this. Give us criticism. Tell us how we can improve.
Yeah. Give us criticism. Tell us how. Yeah, exactly. Stop sucking our dicks and start, being critical of us.
Stepping on our balls.
Yeah,
Is that what you want them to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. See you guys later.
Steve the Leaf should kill himself.